Hiya, kids. It's me again. I thought I'd come and do a follow-up, a little walk and talk here. Some additional thoughts about this here Insta360. Let's go outside. Let's take a little walk. So, y'all didn't like my video, which is cool. That's fine. You guys pretty much hate it. Now, I don't know if it's Insta360 fanboys or people who don't quite understand what a colorist does and what kind of things we want to have happen with our image acquisition, and why I almost exclusively use action cameras. I do have cinema cameras. I do fly cinema cameras, but predominantly I run action cameras. Biggest reason is I like to run smaller drones, right? I don't always want to throw up an X8 around a bunch of people. It's loud, it's obnoxious, right? Nobody really wants to hear that, and especially when you're carrying a Komodo or a Blackmagic. So I like action cams. I like to be able to do that sort of stuff. My 5" isn't nearly as loud as my X8. My 3" isn't nearly as loud as my 5", so on and so forth. So I have certain standards for my action cams, right? That's why I have a pile of GoPros. So now I got this Insta360, and this is the whole reason why I found it very compelling. This here low light performance. And it also occurred to me that this is easier to use than my phone for things like vlogging, right? I mean, I'm a little out of focus because it's infinity focus and I have to get one of those close focus filters or whatever. But thinking back to some of my trips where I wanted to do some vlogging, but the sun had already gone down, and all I had was firelight, maybe a flashlight or some shit, or like we were in the car and we only had the car light. It was not very nice. This seems to do exponentially better. So here's where I think this camera is a massive win. Combination with the pure view, the 8K, which does look pretty good as long as you don't challenge it as far as details too much. The flip up screen, being able to see myself in a decent resolution, that's pretty awesome. The easy use, like it's a bit easier to use than a cell phone for vlogging, right? I've previously used my cell phone for vlogging. It's always a pain in the dick because there's no like simple way to just get the file off there. Especially with iPhones, they want you to go through an app or go through iTunes or go through iCloud, right? Ain't about that shit. So, you know, this is just like any of my other action cams where I just pull the SD card out, pop it in my card reader and go. And I back it up the same way. I don't have to worry about eating up space on my phone with fucking 20 minutes of clips that are going to be almost impossible to offload when I'm out in the field, when I'm out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, yeah, I dump SD cards all the time, but I mean, that's what I'm used to, right? It's hard to dump videos off of a phone when all you have is something that just dumps SD cards. So I think that as a vlogging camera with low light capability, really, really excellent low light capability. You can see a planet up there. I think it might be Jupiter. Right, you can still see the remnants of the sunset back there. As a vlogging camera with excellent low light capability, excellent audio as long as you don't push it, this thing is fucking awesome. This is what I'm going to use it for. This is the killer application that's going to make me keep it. I'm going to put it on a drone again? Probably not. I just recently discovered that the O3 Air unit has pretty good low light. I can make it work. So for me, there's no reason to risk shattering this any more than I already did after one little trip on my X8. But a vlogging camera, dude, this thing fucking kicks ass. Especially with the USB power delivery charging. You fast charge this battery, right? Pop it in the cup holder, plug it in. It'll be charged by the time I'm at my next destination, my next spot. Or then I don't have to worry about, you know, holding the drone on me looking like a weirdo. Instead, I'll just have it on a little tiny selfie stick or whatever. It's also a nice little external camera. Like, you know, I want to get external shots of my X8 because it sounds cool, looks cool. This is a great camera for that. Pretty much everything but action, right? This is a really good tiny little camera for anything but action, in my opinion. But the vlogging is where this thing shines. You know, walk around stable, not having to worry about it too much. You know what I mean? The low light capability is fantastic. I don't need amazing color science for vlogging. I'm not that cool. I'm not that important. Oh, by the way, y'all hate my beard. I don't give a shit. You can suck it. Whatever. I'm not here trying trying to win any beauty contests. But I thought I would come back and give a different perspective on this camera, so I didn't just look like a complete hater and you know, piss off a bunch of fanboys or whatever. This camera does have some redeeming qualities, some merit, I would say. I think a lot of that comes from some of these niche features, and I think these features are probably overlooked by people like myself. So, was I wrong about the camera? No. Did I find something about this camera that I really, really like? Absolutely. Anyway, guys, see you next time.